Well, I think with every recruiting class, the recruiting cycle moves up each year, and this class, first of all, we're extremely excited about our group as a whole, excited about our group as individuals, and as you talk about the recruiting cycle and how accelerated it has become in college football, it makes days like today even better, given the fact that some of these kids that we signed in this class we've had contact with on campus through email, phone calls, and letters, some in upwards of 3.5 years. And it's a special day for these kids, special day for our football program. And, I think our staff, our campus, our community did a phenomenal job making sure that we secured the right kids in this recruiting class for our football program. Starting on the defense side of the football, each year, I think it's our staff's job to replace with better kids, better prospects, more athletic and better students each year, the class that leaves you. And on the defense side of the football, I think in the secondary, our linebacking crew, we certainly beefed up our position group and our linebacking crew, and on our defensive line, took 4 defensive linemen, all strong, all athletic, and exactly what we're looking for on the defense side of the football. On the offensive side, our offensive line group is a little bit smaller than we normally take. We wanted to make sure we got the right kids there, but it's also probably one of our deeper position groups on our football team right now, and we wanted to make sure we had efforts and resources in other positions, like our linebacking crew, our quarterback position, in our skill spots on the offensive side.
Questions, guys?
Curt, it's a large class. Did you have some openings from graduation? Did you have some more scholarships maybe to work with? It's a very large class.
Yeah, I think on average, since I've been here, we probably average 25 guys a group. You're going to count on a little bit of, between graduation and, some guys maybe college football doesn't work out for them, so you're going to end up with, 20 to 25 spots. And we certainly plan on, probably having some attrition throughout the spring. That's a common thing in college football when you have a roster of 105 or 106 guys. College football is a tough thing. It's a tough thing to get through academically and physically. The demands of this sport grow each year. And, we got to make sure we replenish our roster each year and make sure that we continue to build from the ground up. And again, I think, the group of young men we have coming in this year is, certainly as talented, if not more talented, than the groups that we've had, in my last 9 recruiting classes at UMD.
You're bringing in 3 quarterbacks in this class. Was that kind of an area that you were looking to fill up a little bit?
Yeah, we don't plan on going through what we went through this year with our quarterback position. We were in a tough spot this year with Drew Bauer being our one active quarterback on our roster, attempting to redshirt and preserve the 2 redshirts from the guys last year. So, building for the future at that position, we're going to have Drew Bauer back this year, but certainly need to make it a competitive position for the future of our program. And with any position, you need to be deep and have plenty of depth. And, I think the 3 guys we're bringing in are certainly talented enough, and that's one position that there's all sorts of intangibles that go around these individuals as the quarterback position continues to evolve in college football, and the pressures of being a quarterback, the intangibles of handling the pressures and being a leader on the field. So, I'm excited to work with the 3 individuals that we have. This will give us 6 in that spot with 1 graduating, and it'll be competitive next year.
Curt, to follow up on that, I've heard a lot about Larson. What can you say about him?
Yeah, John Larson's, one of those guys that's been on campus the last 3 years for team camp or skills camp at UMD. A guy that we knew a lot about out of Bram. Extremely athletic. He's a good athlete all around. He's a multiple sport athlete, very good, talented basketball player. John, I think, fits what we are looking for in a quarterback. Strong arm and an extremely athletic individual that plays multiple sports and seems to be a tremendous leader on the field. He was utilized all over the field at Bram, played on the defensive side, did some punting for him, and played quarterback as well.
Jack Connolly, know what you're getting him into here at UMD?
Yeah, we've heard a lot of Jack Connolly buzz already. Jack Jack's going to figure that out, I think, as he gets to UMD. He heard that on his visit right away. As soon as, he shakes everybody's hand on campus. Everybody knows Jack Connolly. Nobody knows the new Jack Connolly, but, we're excited to welcome him to campus this fall.
You got a good spread of local talent coming from the Duluth area in this recruiting class. What does that mean for the program when you guys are able to grab those high-level recruits from just around the area?
Yeah, making sure that we take care of northern Wisconsin, of northern Minnesota, northeastern Minnesota certainly is always going to be our bread and butter and very important, to be able to have, Nate Pearson from Northwestern, two superior defensive players, Desmond Fielding out of Spooner, those are extremely important positions, and we got to make sure that we continue to take care of our own backyard. And again, those are, Desmond Fielding. Desmond was on campus for us for 3.5 years as a freshman. We knew about Desmond, and the recruiting cycle continues to move up. Desmond's a young man that we've had committed since July. He was on campus and offered him, and certainly excited about his future.
Hey, Curt, you're obviously looking for a replacement for Andrew Reeves, and looking at this list, you don't want to name names, but people that are going to make an immediate impact. This Cameron Hausman obviously is going to play right away. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Cameron Hausman is a young man that can punt and can kick. So to replace Andrew Breeze is going to be tough. But we anticipate, if there's one guy in this class that will play next year, it's going to be Cameron Hausman. He'll be on the field for us immediately as a punter, and high expectations. He was really our one guy on the board that we went after at that position group. Given the fact that he was talented in two positions, he was a slam dunk for us.
Is he the only one that you anticipate maybe not being a redshirt next fall?
Right now, I think our intent is to bring all these guys in and work them out and see how they're going to fit into our scheme. And that's the one thing in recruiting is, you can watch film, you can see the young men at camp and work them out and everything else. Until they get here, until they work within our scheme and with our guys and with our coaches, sometimes you don't know. Punter and a kicker, that's a pretty easy evaluation. The kid can, Cameron's a very talented punter and kicker, so he's one guy for sure that will be playing for us next year.
You had mentioned Nate Pearson earlier, of course, known for being a running back at Northwestern. He's going to play linebacker. What is it about his athleticism that you think will transfer over to that position?
Yeah, Nate Pearson, again, kind of a jack of all trades. We have a few guys like that in this incoming class. Nate Pearson was a running back and linebacker. Foster Conzit, Desmond Fielding, Bo Rader from Superior. All those guys played on the offense side as well. So, for us, not only looking at multiple sport athletes, but guys that can play multiple positions on the field is, number one, tells us they're extremely talented. They're important to their high school football team, and as they transition into college, we'll fine tune their skills, at one position group or another.
Anything else?
Offense coordinator search. I know you were just trying to get through today, but now that today's over, where do you sit in the next recruiting process?
Yeah, right. Replacing Dan Larson will be tough. Our offense coordinator search is in process. We anticipate having somebody, if not by the end of the week, hopefully by early next week. We'll have an announcement for that. But we're moving along with the process, and excited about the guys that we have in line.